Alright, so this is my beliefs, and I'm Jacob Bierman. So, Christianity is my personal belief, my faith, and when we were born to our parents' beliefs in their religion. So, as Christians, we are baptized to wash away original sin and to become a member of the church. So, today I'll be going over nature reality, conception of human nature, a diagnosis of the causes of unhappiness and dissatisfaction, and the prescription for attaining a fulfilling and happy life. So in the beginning of the Bible, the historian's knowledge of the beginning gives us in the first book of the Bible, it tells us about creation and the whole world and the creation of human beings. So in Genesis 1, it tells us that God created the heavens and the earth. And now that the earth was formless and empty, and darkness was over the surface of the deep, and the Spirit of God was hovering over the waters. So God said, "Let there be light," and then there was light. And then God saw that light was good, and he separated the light from the darkness. God called the light day, and the darkness he called night. And that was the first day. And then God said that there be separate waters, water from water. And so God made the vault and separated the water under the vault from the water above it. And God called the vault sky. And then the waters he called sea. Okay. So in the Old and New Testament gives us the new Gospels, which we call the Good News. They were written about 40 to 50 years after Jesus' death. And the Gospels were written in Hebrew, and there were 4, Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, which are the 4 books of the Bible. So in the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. And he was with God in the beginning as well. And through him all things were made, and without him nothing was made. So sin and unhappiness. Original sin came upon with Adam and Eve and the serpent in the garden. Adam and Eve birthed 2 sons, Cain and Abel. And Cain murders his brother. And God brutally regrets his creation of human and wipes out all living things. So Cain, the story on Cain and Abel is when now Cain said to his brother Abel, let's go out to the field. And while they were in the field, Cain attacked his brother Abel and killed him. And then when Cain came back to God, and God asked, where's your brother Abel? And he replied, "I don't know. I'm not my brother's keeper." And the Lord soon found out and said, "What have you done? Your brother's blood cries from the ground." And his punishment was more than he could bear. And then, yeah, okay. So Jesus was nailed to the cross. To the cross was the forgiveness of the sin of all humanity. And the 7 sacraments of the Catholic Church are baptism, Eucharist, confirmation, penance, anointing of the sick, and or the prayers on danger of death. So that's the anointing of the sick or the last rites. And then there's matrimony as well. And then we have 10 Commandments. Well, the 10 Commandments will put you on the right pathway for an afterlife in the heavens. So ways to a happy and fulfilling life. Excuse me. So divine grace. This makes your soul beautiful. It changes a person from an unjust person to a just person, from an enemy to a friend, and I find that this is possible for having my faith. And I have a lot of experience in life to find happiness for who I am as well. So when I go to church on Sunday, I receive the Eucharist, and I feel like it's pleasing myself and God to heal the soul, to the soul every week. And I believe that everyone has a personal relationship with God, and some people believe that going to church every Sunday is being a good Christian. And I believe that one does not have to go to church every Sunday to live a fulfilling life. I feel like if you have a personal relationship with God and you're okay with God and you talk to God about every day, I feel like you're doing your part. You don't have to go to church every Sunday. Alright, so ways of devotion, faith, and love. Through Mass and living the good word, I find that to build my faith and love in others. And I believe this pleases God and again myself as well. To accept myself for who I am with how God created me, yet has not been easy for me. I strive to get better on a test, and I please my parents, and I always try to be someone different to please myself. Is what I realize has happened, and not really what God wanted me to do. So I am who He created for many reasons, and He's the only one that knows as well. All right, so happiness. Learning to have the faith that God accepts you for who you are, and for what He wants you as your creator, I think is the number one thing for your happiness and a fulfilling life. Your standards and moral behavior plays a role in this. However, loving God and yourself is how you are, and will allow you to release and be happy every day. I feel like no matter what your religion is, or you choose to follow and live your life through, it is important to step back from time to time and evaluate how or why you believe what you believe in, and how it compares with other people. You never know, we might not be different at all.